Welcome back, dear viewers. I will continue from exactly where we left off, with the civilian hitting Father Joseph with his car. In the following narration of the events, I won't express philosophical opinions like previously, because the story is already deep and complex. So my pretentious intellectual comments will just confuse most people. But back to the story, the civilian flees the crime scene. His home is far from the shopping center, so he has to travel for a couple of hours. Halfway through the journey, he turns on the radio and listens to the news, where they talk about him. The security camera of the shopping center recorded the event, and on the footage it is shown that he is the one behind the murder. They talk about the confessions of Father Joseph and the assassin, and tell the truth about who really shot the civilian. Then, the wife of the civilian publicly states that she will absolutely cooperate with the police, and wants her husband to face justice. Hearing that even his own family turned on him, the civilian decides to commit suicide. In my opinion, the story of Father Joseph is truly about the duality of man, the battle between moral obligations and raw desires. So, in all of us, a human and an animal are fighting. And this fight had a different outcome in each of our characters. Heads, the human one inside Joseph, animal one inside the mob boss. However, the civilian and the assassin are more complicated cases. The assassin was about to let the animal consume the human, until he saw Joseph, the beacon of hope, and turned to the light. The civilian's case is the complete opposite. He thought of Joseph as the bringer of doom, and Altua him being shot brought out his dark side but didn't create it. It was buried deep within him for a long time. Currently, he has reached a tall building, where Father Joseph redeemed the assassin. It's almost like he was baptized in blood. The civilian makes the deadly jump. The building is a grave of two monsters, the animal inside the assassin, and the civilian. After the raid on the mob's base and the arrest of their boss, the position of the most powerful mob is empty, and the gangs of the city, for example, the gang of the criminal who shot the assassin, are fighting for power, exactly as I previously predicted. There is chaos on the streets, with shootings and explosions everywhere. By the way, in the following part of the story, you will be listening to the inner thoughts of our characters instead of me. So, goodbye, dear viewers.
I'm scared. I know I have to do this, but I'm so fucking afraid. I don't want it. I don't want to live like all the other fagos. I don't want a normal, middle class life. I don't wanna go to Fuca's barbecue parties with some ugly bitch I call my wife. So we, feeding, eat these parties. I don't want to flex with this party. Accomplishments of our unhappy children to our idiot neighbors, whom we secretly hate. I don't want to play tennis with any of my irritated motivating. Bosses just so they promote me instead of who the fuck actually deserves it. And most of all, I don't want to have small talk about some weather shitty fake smiles. 20 years before, I would have killed for this shit. All those fucka sitcoms and crap. Imagine my dumb past self-belief this shit is the dream. But I was too rebellious for it. I couldn't shut the fuck up or sit straight when needed. I felt like a failure my whole life until I met the boss. He was the first to think of my rebellious nature. That was considered a weakness by everyone I knew as my strength. He was like a father to me, goddamn it. I stabbed my father in the back. E vi gotta get rid of good fans, fucks, e shits. Cause that I ain't so faz chicater. I never knew how to pronounce that word. But if I don't swear at all, e me too childlike. And that is not normal either. I mean, what on earth is normal?
I am driving in the lifeless caricature of the city. The gang war has turned it into a hellish shell of its previous self. Maybe we deserve this, not for our sins, but for our ignorance. We served the opportunity of destruction to the enemy on a silver plate. For years, we couldn't find the enemy because we searched in the wrong place. Oh, here's a truck. The driver is in a really weird position. Seems he was shot. He has no pulse. Well, there are explosives in the truck. Nowadays, it's normal to have weapons for self-defense. So, the ignorant adults always tell stories to the naive children about the monsters under the bed and the evil that lives far from us and is entirely different from us. But once the children grow up, they all see the true face of the enemies. They live among us. Everyone who now terrorizes the town was once a high school dropout, a juvenile delinquent, or a bully. And there are people who can be your relatives, co-workers, if you aren't careful, friends, who could have stopped them when they were powerless but out of ignorant cowardice or because they somehow benefited from the crimes, refused to. I used to live among them, but after my wife's death I cut contact with all those hypocrites. And although the grown-up kids learned the truth, the version with monsters from the unknown is simpler, so they spread it to their kids. Oh, there he is, the fucker who gunned down my wife. I gotta get him, but wait, maybe he's gonna meet his mates. Maybe if I follow him, I can kill all of them at once. But I don't want to end up like the Joseph guys killed. If I do it, I will be hunted by the police and by their associates. Oh, the prick is attacked by some random gangbangers. That's not necessarily bad, but I want him. I deserve revenge. Plus, I need him to lead me to their base. Never mind, he survives. But back to being hunted. If I do it, all tough, I would save a lot of people. And people would acknowledge that, but wouldn't admit it. That would mean that their fuck-ass system, which let my wife die, has failed. So, if I do it, my life is ruined. I don't want to live like a hunted enemy. There's no dignity in that. It seems to me that the only way out is if I die with them. Well, I lived an uninteresting life. At least I get to have a heroic death. Or maybe I'm just a criminal whose corpse will lay next to the corpses of other criminals whom I look down on because I'm a fucking hypocrite. But enough sentimental bullshit. It won't be a big loss after my wife's death. I don't feel alive any longer anyways. I'll be happy to meet her in heaven. But will I go there? Probably not. Is she even there? Oh shit, sentimental crap again. He stopped somewhere. Is this the base? Never mind. He gets shot and flees the scene. So, back to the plan. When we get to their base, I will detonate the bomb on the back of my car. Well, what should be my last thoughts about? I get my revenge. I presume will make the world a better place. But we thought the same about the mob boss getting arrested. And look at what happened. But my death will have meaning. Only a few can say that maybe. I'm just like that killer civilian, a pathetic slave for the system who only gets freedom by killing. Oh, here we are, a fast food restaurant. I expected something more monumental, but it suits their pathetic perfectly. Well, goodbye everyone. Let's go to hell.
I have to search for a machine in the adventurer's car. It was said that it costs billions. Oh, here it is. This is the last mission. My yesterday mom sent me a picture I drew for Mother's Day. It depicts me as a successful, happy adult who makes her proud. I have to become the drawn version of myself. I know that no matter how much money I have, it will have blood on it, but I can't be successful otherwise, no matter how much I try. Yesterday, I ate a deformed grape. I thought maybe I'm the human version of it. My existence may be the error to ruin the failsafe system of capitalism. But no, I'm not that important. All I know is I can't tolerate my loser mates finding a purpose in life before me.
Escape from the fucking pigs in uniforms. They ain't no keepers of peace, just previous jocks at the local high school. Bribed to do the dirty work of the elite. I stole a car from them. It's the first time the car is used for something actual.